From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-the-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Only on 18. From the line across the ocean.
This is the transition on Atlantic Television Network. Analysts fashion on the position of Rivers Assembly lawmakers as to which of the factions is saddled with the constitutional right of duty in the state. Speaking on Atlantic Television's Open Conversation, a political analyst, Ugochukwu Oputa, expressed further on the judicial conclusion of the matter on the defection of the 27 lawmakers.
The Rivers State House of Assembly has a speaker, which to my understanding is Victor Kojombo. And clearly here, you now have the Martin Sameh who led, in quote, members of the House of Assembly that had defected, and their seats were declared. You know that there will be in a very different want peace and you want mutual alliance and understanding. That house went on from the day they started sitting to start and pass laws that sort of stiffen and was tying a noose around the neck of the governor and the executive.
People's Democratic Party National Working Committee has suspended its National Vice Chairman, South Dan Obi, for his alleged involvement in sabotaging the party's efforts in Edo State. ATN gathered that the PD revealed that the National Working Committee has established a 6-member committee led by Deputy National Chairman, South, Ambassador Taufik Arapaja, to investigate Obi. United and focused and to continue working diligently for Ighodalo's victory in the September 21st, 2024 governorship elections in Edo State. A 23-year-old boy simply identified as Samson has been arrested by operatives of the Delta State Police for stabbing his mother in Obiaruku to death. ATN gathered that Samson was initially sent to Asaba, the state capital of Delta State, to learn a trade after his secondary school. However, he was sent back a few months later after joining a group of boys involved in drugs, which affected his brain. It was learned that he was brought back to Obiaruku, where his mother took him to a native mental health facility. The Delta State Police Command, SP Bright Edafe, responded that the suspect has been arrested. Analysts have expressed grief in view of national integration as concerns the incident.
Speak against all of this. Well, you don't find, it's hard to find Mieti Allah speak when it's, sounds this way. Well, if it were to have been the other, if the tables were turned, you would hear Mieti Allah. So what I would like to hear, or what we would like to see, is a statement by Mieti Allah, not just condemning this, but if they do have a way to get around it by, obviously, thankfully, members of the press have gone ahead to carry out the investigations, and now shows it is a herder's involvement. So it means
hospital after a brief illness. Makinde mourned Akinremi in the repose of the soul of the deceased, ordered that flags be flown at half-mast across the state in honor of the late lawmaker. Police have arraigned a 47-year-old man, Kolawole Lamidi Iyaganku Magistrate Court, Ibadan, for allegedly possessing a Dane gun. Lamidi, whose address was not provided, was charged with possession at Dedoshu, told the court that the defendant committed the offense on July the 5th at about 7:30 p.m. at Abada village, Ibadan. Adedosu said that Lamidi unlawfully went armed with the gun in public, causing terror to Abiodun Olasankomi and 2 others. She said that the offense contravenes Section 417, subsection D of Criminal Laws of Oyo State 2000, the margins of Naira. This development followed a notice of trial served on the respondents through by order of the court. A Kano State High Court granted the order on June the 5th, 2024, allowing the state to serve the 7 respondents through substituted service, which was subsequently executed via advertisements in 2 national newspapers on June the 6th, 2024. Justice Amina Adamu had the order following an application by Zaharaddin Kofar Mata, counsel for the state government, representing the lead prosecution counsel, Yao Adamu. The hearing is expected to commence at 10 a.m. at the Kano State High Court on Thursday. Troops of the 6th Brigade Nigerian Army and Sector 3 Operation Wild Stroke in Taraba State have confirmed the arrest of 3 suspected kidnappers in the state. The arrest, which also led to the rescue of 2 kidnapped victims, was said to have been executed in collaboration with others' bravery and precision, reaffirming the brigade's commitment to safety and security of Taraba State residents, while encourage the public to stay vigilant and cooperate with security forces by providing timely information to help curb criminal activities in the region. Justice Eberechi Suzette Nyesom Wike, the wife of the Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike, has been sworn of appeal. ATN reports that the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Olukayode Ariwola, swore in Justice Eberechi alongside 21 other justices at the ceremony. Other judges who took their oaths at the ceremony include Abdullahi Liman from Nasarawa State, Abiodun Akinyemi. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Olukayode Ariwola, has asked the new judges of the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory to be prepared for troubles. Uncomplimentary remarks, verbal attacks from litigants, and Justice Ariwola said that although he congratulates the 12 new judges, he still sympathizes with them because of discomfort they would encourage in the discharge of their judicial duties. The CJN, who spoke while inaugurating the High Court judges, said that although judges were not magicians, the litigants would expect them to portray remarks and do their jobs in line with the dictates of the law and the oath of office administered to them. Federal Capital Territory Police Command has arrested a man for allegedly trading human parts in Abuja. Nuhu Ezra, a resident of Gosa Kipi village, Lugbe, was caught with DG warns the smugglers to desist from ultimate business.
The mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. Only on ATM.
Driver, why you just dey jack us up and down like this now?
I hope nobody carry belle.
Why you ask o?
Because this road wey you dey see so, e no guarantee safe delivery o.
We just dey vote for government, but we no get good governance.
At all.
Road so e no dey, light o usai, the infrastructure nko e come turn to be forbidden fruit for the city.
Corruption, spoil everything. Hello?
Hello, madam. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Mrs. Ayeni. I am calling from the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs.
Okay. Okay, I've been expecting your call.
Madam, remove this your phone from loudspeaker.
No vex, now my phone be like that. Hello?
Are you there?
I hear, I'm hearing you.
Yes. We saw a copy of your invoice for computers, printers, and laptops.
Yes. Are you working on them now? Hello?
Now my body network there.
I can't hear you. Network is bad.
Madam, we can hear you. Continue.
Hello, I can't hear you. I will call you back.
Their behavior no good now.
Madam, now this kind behavior they kill our country. You suppose do things differently, make Nigeria for better.
This message is brought to you by the Akinfade Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation,
And with broadcast support.
A lot. Boy, they won't buga me small. They say, man, give them bribe. I say, nothing. Okay, now, we'll go block later. You remember that contract where we do that time now? They don't pay.
But first, you see the house rent with the old since. We go first call caretaker, take the money, slap him.
Beg, see, you know, say I get annual levy why they pay for club. Where me and boys they shark beer in our house, I go pay that one. You remember say me and tell you I go buy you motor. I go buy now.
Okay, they pay you money now. Why we don't they beg caretaker? Why would they beg landlord, old man, and they agree give us time? Money can't come now. You won't divert time. You said na corruption. Corruption, not in my house and not in my country.
Sure?
Sure.
Corruption not in my country. This message is brought to you by the Akinfade Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation,
And with broadcast support from Atlantic Television Network.
From the line across the ocean.
Now in the cause more delay.
Which instruction?
Maybe now you say make I change the meter, make you no read again.
Which time I make you change meter? Oh, Kasali, why you do like this now? You don't get electrician.
Your electrician.
Yes, now.
So you call Kasali electrician, make you come help you adjust your meter, make it for no read again, Abi. So you said you want join people where be say they no want they pay NEPA bill again, Abi. Oga, you no good now. You don't you said you know they behave like tea, all this tip.
Atlantic Television Network.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused.
You're welcome back to Transition News on Atlantic Television Network. And now to a new set of permanent secretaries in the Federal Civil Service. He performed the ceremony as a precursor to the regular meeting of the Federal Executive Council inside the Aso chambers of the Presidential Villa, Abuja. The President hinged the appointment of the permanent secretaries on the need to fill existing and impending vacancies of some states and geopolitical zones in the top administrative cadre of the Civil Service of the Federation. Recall that the Office of the Head of the Civil Service of the Federation embarked on a diligent selection process for the new permanent secretaries, comprising a written examination, an ICT proficiency test, and an interactive section with a broad spectrum of stakeholders. At the end of the exercise, 8 directors in the Federal Civil Service scaled the hurdles and were appointed as permanent secretaries. Jigawa, Olubumi Olusonya Ondo, as well as Miriam Ismaila Keshimo Zamfara, Chinere Ijeoma Akujobi, Southeast Zone, and Christopher Osamwen Isopunwo, South-South Zone. Federal government has initiated steps to review the existing Public Procurement Act as part of measures to instill discipline in fiscal expenditures. President Bola Tinubu appointed Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fagbemi, to drive the process of review in combination with a special committee raised at the Federal Executive Council meeting on Wednesday. While the deliberations at the FEC lasted, President Tinubu directed that all ministries, departments, and agencies should review their intended procurements as provided for in the Appropriation Act. The directive is to ensure that where there are gaps between appropriated sums and the actual amounts required to execute the projects, it can be brought to the attention of both the Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning and the Federal Ministry of Finance. The Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Atiku Bagudu, who disclosed the information, said that the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu today, in line with the desire to enhance more fiscal discipline and further demonstrate to Nigerians our commitment to serving them better, raised the issue of the reconciliation between the Appropriation Act, Public Procurement Law, and the Fiscal Responsibility Act. President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, says the National Assembly will ensure that every Nigerian has access to quality health care. Akpabio stated this at a public hearing organized by the Senate Committee on Health, Secondary and Tertiary held in Abuja. A public hearing included a bill for an act to establish the Federal Orthopedic Hospital, specialized institutions such as orthopedic hospitals and eye treatment centers was not just a necessity but a moral imperative. Akpabio also said that the state of the health infrastructure in Nigeria was a matter of grave concern, adding that we lag behind other developing countries and nations in terms of modern medical facilities and resource. Kano South Senator Kawu Suleiman Abdurrahman has presented a bill for the creation of Tiga State, which is to be carved out of Kano State. The bill was presented on the floor of the Senate, titled Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, Alteration, Creation of Tiga State, Bill 2024, SB 523. The bill underwent its first reading on July 10, 2024. ATN recalls that the upper legislative chamber was legislative activities over the death of a member of House of Representatives, Olaide Adewale Akinyemi, who represented Ibadan North Federal Constituency of Oyo State, passed on in the early hours of Wednesday after a brief illness. Akim Rotimi, spokesperson of the House of Representatives, announced Akinremi's demise during plenary on Wednesday. After observing 1 minute of silence in honor of the dead, President adjourned plenary to Thursday, July the 11th, 2024.
Of the demise of a member of the House of Representatives.
Deep sorrow over Akinremi's death. House of Representatives said Stephen Orosanye's committee report on restructuring and rationalization of federal government parastatals, commissions, and agencies cannot override its verdict. ATN learned that the report, which is popularly known as Orosanye Report, was first issued in 2012, sought to reduce the number of departments and agencies of government. Supreme Court will today, Thursday, status where the governors superintend over the council of local government officials by the state governors. However, the governors, through their respective attorney generals, based on the submissions by federal, state governments and the organized private sector, while Labour at the close of consultations recommended 25,000 naira, but the state's governors duties, tariffs and taxes restrictions and rolling blackouts after Russian forces stepped up attacks on the country's power stations and transmission lines. Ukraine got connected to the European power grid literally hours before the invasion started in February 2022. After preparation for the move, since 2017, it was initially planned as a brief test of an autonomous operation which required it to disconnect from the Russian grid, but it never reconnected as Russian forces invaded. Reports from neighbors Hungary, Moldova, Poland, Romania, and Slovakia have been growing steadily for months